Boom.
Hey, my name is Max, and this is our first recording of the WGS podcast. And Mike, please tell our listeners, all five of them, what WGS stands for.
Women gargling sperm.
As that would be good, no. And the only reason I'm giving him shit is because maybe last night, or actually, I'm in Japan. I live in Japan. He lives. Where are you right now, Mike? You're in Virginia.
I am.
Yeah. So we're on different time zones, obviously. So when I called him, it was last night for him, and he was completely trashed. No, it was during the middle of the day, and you weren't trashed because you called me in a Panda Express drive-through.
Yep.
Right? Okay. So yeah, you weren't drinking at that point, but shortly after you started drinking, and you love the podcast name WGS, but apparently you don't remember it that well.
I have no
That's
idea
okay.
what it stands for.
We'll get into it. We'd like to hear everybody. Again,
What
I'm
guys
talking
say? What
I'm
guys
talking
say?
to like the five listeners that are ever going to fucking hear us, and that includes us too. So it really is only going to be three. Probably our mothers. They might be on here. No, they're not going to hear this because this is going to be. I mean,
Raunchy.
knowing us, this is going to probably not going to be too great. But
It's all right. Practice makes perfect.
that's true. Tell us about your night last night, Mike.
Am I telling you about the redhead and the virgin?
I haven't heard any, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So, went over to the redhead's house. We hung out on Zoom with her virtual friends because people are afraid to get super AIDS from each other these days. So everyone hangs out online and does drinking games on there, right? Fun days. This is the world we live in, man. Played some games. We went to bed. I didn't want to have sex with her. I wanted to try to get the virgin. So left her place, went to the virgin's. Oh, when I left her place too, I accidentally took her phone charger. So that was a big dick move.
You accidentally did?
Yeah, I accidentally took her phone charger. So I felt bad. But anyways, I went to the virgin's house and proceeded to do things outside of sex in hopes of having sex. And it was a failed attempt. After
Why
that,
was it a failed attempt?
because the P didn't go in the B. So
Oh, okay.
that was the primary goal at the
Well,
beginning.
was it
but
because she stopped you, or?
yeah, she wants to wait for marriage. So I figured if I eat her out good enough, then she'll change her mind. But it's going to be a hard nut to crack. But I'm chipping away there.
Well, that is her prerogative as a woman to wait till marriage. This is a completely PC podcast. I'm letting everybody out there know. So,
I'll get her.
I don't like
I
your
have
face.
I have faith. I have faith.
Okay, with that being asked, a deaf chick or a blind chick? With that being said,
It's all right. Of course, I'm gonna go with the deaf girl because I happen to every now and then get a little wild and rambunctious and watch some deaf girl porn. So I want to see if the moans are true.
yeah, because what do they sound like?
Uh,
I think I've only seen one video before, actually, and I don't really remember it that well.
I'm trying to think of what's an accurate sound of a deaf girl having sex if she's verbal, because not everyone's verbal regardless of their abilities or disabilities. I don't know. I'm trying to think of it. No, I can't find an accurate enough description to say how a deaf girl sounds when she's orgasming.
Well, after we get off this podcast, I might look into that, actually, because I'm curious myself.
You ever hear those things about like Led Zeppelin records where you play it backwards and it sounds like devil worshiping and stuff like that?
I can tell what you're about to say, and I can say with full confidence that I don't think it's that.
I think that's what they sound like. If you took a Led Zeppelin album and then just kind of on the old school record player and then just put it in reverse.
I guess that's a subjective statement. So I guess so. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to have to differ with you because I'm going to take – I mean, okay, here's the thing. If we were playing b-ball or something on the court, then, I mean, I'm taking the deaf chick any day
B-ball.
because
We're
you need your
playing
sight way
B-ball.
more. Yeah, you don't need to have hearing to break some ankles on the court. You know what I'm saying? But you need your sight for sure. You need your sight. Obviously, with the deaf girl, there'd be a little limitations whenever it comes to b-ball, but whenever it comes to what we're talking about right now, I'm 100% picking the blind chick.
If anything, I think you're selling yourself short there, but to each their own.
I mean, I think it'd be fun, but how about you come up with one, Mike? How about you come up with one?
With one scenario or
Yes.
pick one? Does it have to be a girl to have sex with?
You could do anything. You could do a girl you want to paraglide with or something like that.
When's the first time you jerked off?
The first dude, so here's the thing is, man, I got awful memory. But I mean, I could say probably about what's the age you start coming? What is that age?
I have
For you,
no
for you, I
idea.
feel like you dirty son of a bitch. It was probably like fucking 8 years old or something for you.
No, I think like 6th grade, maybe 7th grade.
I think that's normal. That's
I
normal.
remember,
Okay, so-
dude. Kids are living the dream now with these smartphones and quick access to porn. I would be a sexual deviant as a kid these days if I had access that these kids have. Like I drew a stick figure with tits and jerked off to it once.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword whenever you're that young and porn is that available to you. It's makes you kind of antisocial and like you don't really want to go out. I'm not saying for everybody. I'm saying like there's cases I'm sure of like these kids don't want to go out and talk to girls because they have it all at their fingertips and stuff. And honestly, even whenever I was growing up, I had access to porn and I was going down porn loops and stuff. It wasn't as accessible as today, but you know, back whenever I was growing up in the early 2000s, it was accessible to a certain point, and I went down a road too. So I could just imagine nowadays it's probably wild.
Dude, I don't know. I would need some years of counseling for the amount of porn I would watch as a kid. But those were the beforehand times.
That's true.
Oh well.
That's true. Well, hey, I actually have an announcement I want to make.
What is it?
That
It's a boy.
and it also comes with a little medical advice and everything, so I think it'd be good for everybody to hear. I just got my STD results back today, and it turns out I did not have syphilis, which is absolutely insane because the timing after I had the sex without a condom, like it takes around 9 to 21 days for the first stage of syphilis to show, and that's about the time I was getting. It was about 19 to 20 days after, so I was starting to sweat a little bit. And it looked not exactly, it looked a lot like first stage syphilis does, which is an open sore on your shaft. And in a couple weeks, it goes away. And people think that it's not a big deal because it just goes away, but it actually is because second stage syphilis comes back with a vengeance. And that's whenever it starts really causing health problems and complications and everything. So, but I did not have syphilis. So even though I had something going on, it went away after they gave me a shit ton of penicillin, and it takes about 2 weeks for me to get my test results back. And it came back, everything. I just got the results back today. It was negative, but so she just pumped me with a ton of extra penicillin and gave me a ton of antibiotics. But like I said, it was a risky situation in Cambodia I went through where it was a little unprotected. So let's remember to wrap it up, people.
I don't know how much condoms will cost over there, but I'm assuming it's affordable.
So in Cambodia,
it's easy access to a condom. Yes.
The problem isn't that the condoms aren't easily accessible.
They're
it's
small.
That they're incredibly small. If you have an above average thing going on,
if you're American below the waist, okay.
No, I'd say, well, even more than that. Like it's, you're going to have a hard time finding stuff over there. Even Japanese big boy condoms.
Big boy?
They're called big boy for a reason, is because they're big for people in Asia.
Big D boy.
Those don't do it, man. Those are like freaking packaged sausages if your junk's in that thing. So Durex did sell one that I eventually found because I went to every convenience store asking for the biggest one they sold. And of course, I always had a Cambodian chick with me or something that would be able to speak Khmer. I believe that's how you say it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so like she'd be able to translate. But like we had to go to a couple convenience store to find a bigger one, and there was a Durex XL, which actually was very comfortable. So if you're ever in Asia and you have a bigger than average piece on you, no, it's going to be really hard to get condoms. So either ship out magnums to you or something like that, because that's what I have to do. And I mean, I think a lot of people would be in the same boat. And especially also if you're in Asia, condoms are fucking expensive. Like in Cambodia and Thailand, it's different because those are cheap ass countries anyway. But if you're in actual Japan, they're fucking expensive. They're going to be like 1,600 yen for like, I think it's like an 8-pack or something. And I mean, that's roughly, it's roughly like 520 or something like that. Or sorry, 1520. Excuse me, 1520. But you know, it's in Japan, it's going to come up like 1,600 yen. But really, what you can do is cover up the last 2 digits, and it's roughly $16.
Or you can just go under a fake name and raw dog it.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Wild card.
I mean, it's really up to the user there, but
Speaking of raw dogging, you ever flipped your dick around and noticed that it looks like a squid?
Wait a second. No, You're saying if you flip it completely around?
If you put your penis, invert it 180 degrees, like a fighter aircraft doing a barrel roll, just flip her over.
It's a strong analogy for this case.
And the head kind of looks like a squid.
Wow, that looks pretty exactly like a squid.
Yeah. So squid penis. Every time you piss now, just every now and then, just flip it over and be like, it does look like a squid.
I'm going to be doing that a lot now, actually. Thank you for that. And I think the couple listeners we'll ever have learned something too. So consider yourselves lucky.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Well, Mike, I got to be honest, man. That's all I got. This is our first recording of WGS podcast. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah. What does WGS stand for?
Well,
I sincerely have no idea.
I think we should answer that in time. Maybe give our couple listeners a little curiosity.
White guy spunk.
Wrong again, but getting closer.
All right. Well,
you're not getting closer. But, you know, we are just basically doing this because it's something we've always kind of wanted to do. We're really good buddies. And, you know, honestly, it's Corona season.
Stories.
It's Corona season. So, I mean, we have nothing else to fucking
Corona
do, so.
Season? That means it happens yearly? It's a season?
You know what I mean? It's a spirit behind what I said.
I got you. I'm sorry.
The spirit behind said. Okay.
I didn't know if they called it a season. I am good.
Are you good?
Yep.
Okay, well, let's get off and listen to our recording on this. So,
let's
WGS listeners, we will be talking to you soon.
Yep, we're going to go get off.
Goodbye.